My name is Avery, and this episode is going to be about how church and concerts are the same experience for me. So, my first experience about connecting with music was through church. And so I've grown up going to church, every Sunday, praise and worship, all of that. And the most impactful moments in my life have been through praise and worship. I felt electricity running through my veins when I went to church camp. It was for Christ for the Nations in Dallas, and I remember one night, it was a healing night. The night was specifically for healing, and I heard the word of God. I heard God speaking to me, and he was saying Jeremiah 29:11, I have a plan for you. You're going to go places. And he literally spoke to me. I heard it not audibly, but in your spirit you hear things if you're in tune with God. And so I remember falling out, shaking, with electricity. I was shaking, bro. And I no longer walked like I was less than. I was like, wow, I'm important. I'm gonna walk like it, whether it looks as if it's cocky or not. I'm gonna walk like I know who I am and who's. As I've gotten into this concert industry, because I work in the concert industry, I work in the music industry. Last year I really got to experience really impactful and cool moments myself through the music I've been into. It didn't matter what song or artist I was into. It would be an artist I didn't know about, and then the opening band would be someone I had heard from when I was a teenager, So it felt like a full circle moment. I remember feeling oh my God, this is High School Musical for me at the Pentatonics concert, or even at the Neo concert. I'm oh my gosh, I used to love these songs when I was 14 and I'm hearing them live. These are impactful moments for me. Even when the beginning of the year, I was listening to Bring Me the Horizon, and then June 30th of 2023, I'll never forget, walked in and I told my manager, oh my God, I got the the sheet for who's gonna perform, and it was gonna be Bring Me the Horizon, and I was this is my favorite band ever. It was so cool when I told them. They were okay, we'll put you in-house, which means they'll put me in to see the concert, but it was someone else who also liked the same band, so it was a switch out. My timing was so perfect and so God-given that when I went in, the main singer of Bring Me the Horizon, Ollie, when he came out to the band, I heard a scream. People were screaming where I was stationed at. You gotta be in-house, but you gotta do your job. And people were screaming where I was at. And I was why is everyone screaming? What's going on? And I look over and I see Ollie has hopped from the stage and he's walking right towards me. And I'm oh my goodness. What's going on? So it's just me being me. I'm this is an opportunity. And I walk up towards him and he hugs me in front of everybody at a sold out Fall Out Boy show. And that was so electric. Oh my God, literally the other day in 2024, a year later, I'm I just can't believe that happened. One of my favorite rock stars, this is Hayley Williams hugging me. This is one of my favorite ever rock stars hugging me and certifying me, you're a rock star. And obviously for what I'm wearing, I'm a rock star. I had to run out and be I'm clocked in and locked in, and I'm still at my job. And I was that's enough. I've gotten everything I needed. I've been going back to church lately, and that's been an awesome experience. Last Sunday, I remember just feeling the energy in my hands. Oof. It's nothing like live music and then the presence of God. When two or more are gathered, there he is in the midst of them. And I really feel that same energy when I go to concerts. It's you going to see your favorite artist and being oh my God, they exist, and then being looking around and being wow, I'm not the only one going through this. I'm not the only one feeling this. And that's why I love screamo emo concerts the most, because like it's where it gets really dark. And like I felt so much darkness. And you look around after hearing the artist, and you're like, everyone around me feels this way too. It's community, and that's actually a benefit of going to concerts. Study shows when you go to concerts, you feel this community, this communal energy. Like I'm not the only one. And so church was my first experience of that. But now that I go to like other shows, and it doesn't matter, it's the same feeling of like I'm not the only one, and that's very comforting. So it benefits your mental health as well. Live performances, there's studies to show that live performances benefit your mental health. They benefit also with like lowering your cortisol levels, which is your stress levels. You benefit from just being around other people who look like you and feel like you. It comes down to that. The artist who you feel like understands you enough and spitting out this message of what words you couldn't interpret, that's a universal feeling. It touches your soul, touches your heart. And then you look around and you're like, wow, everyone else has felt this. It's a big communal feeling, and it really helps. And I can testify myself, my mental health has gotten a lot better just by going to concerts. Like tonight, I'm going to the Kehlani concert. I just want to go. I don't care if I love him or not. I don't care if I just don't care. I just want to see him. It really has helped my mental health a lot. My mental health has increased by far tremendously from the past. And today's a good day. I really know, like I said, my last episode, if you haven't seen my last episode, check it out. But I was talking about me being a star. A star. People think that I'm like an artist or a producer by the way I express myself, but no, I'm none of those things, unfortunately. I wish I was as talented as y'all, but I'm just me, and that's my artistry. And me being me, like I said in my last episode, is what makes me a star. So, thank y'all for listening to this episode. I've got more in store for y'all. I promise. Me and my Squishmallow Gert. Happy Halloween. And I'll see y'all next time.